What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I want to thank you guys for watching Closing Statements here on Roku, YouTube, all that good stuff, man. And I appreciate you. I'm your host, Lawrence Thompson, aka The Law, and we're gonna have a great show today and all that good stuff. So make sure you got your pens and your pads. Be ready for this thing, man, because we're gonna drop some knowledge on you. We're gonna drop some info on you, but also you're gonna get a chance to hear about different industries where that you can kind of get into, or if you were thinking about it. I know you'd be seeing all the ads pop up. I know you've been seeing most of your Instagram, your Facebook friends talk about this industry. We're gonna talk about a couple of these industries we're gonna talk about. So be ready for that. Also, you guys, man, make sure you tell somebody about this, right? Let them know that we are out here on Roku. You got a great show that's going to do that. And so I appreciate you. I do not take it for granted that you give me the opportunity to speak into your life. You give me the opportunity to hear my voice and my guests to actually really speak to you guys. So we respect this, Mike, and I love that about you guys. Now, this time, man, this is pretty cool. This is pretty dear to me because this brother right here that about to come up, we was actually in the Navy together, one of my very first ships, and he was on there at a high level. You know, it was almost like he was going and I was looking up and trying to get in the game. So, but yeah, we had some great times out there on the ship and all that good stuff. And so we was AOs, you know what I'm saying? We was AOs. And so I don't do any bios. You guys know that. So I'm going to allow him to do his bio, and then we'll come in here and then we actually do the thing. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm doing good, Lawrence. I'm doing good. I am definitely honored, man, for you to have me on your platform this morning. As you said, yeah, we go way back, man. I'm talking like 20 years back, you know.
Right, like 98, 99.
Yeah, so, yep, exactly, man. And yeah, we had some good times back in, but you know, we've traveled a lot. We've done a lot since then, and so you know, we kind of catching up now. And I think you've seen a lot of the stuff that I've done as far as online and you know, via social media and stuff. And I appreciate you inviting me on to talk about that. So for your audience, my name is Robin Marks, right? I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I own a credit repair company. We've deleted almost over $100 million. I'm sorry, over $1 million in debt from individuals' credit reports. And I'm also an all-star Turo host. And when I say I'm an all-star Turo host, that means that I garner a higher status on the Turo, which is I guess it's considered like Airbnb for cars, right? I garner a higher status on Turo because of the amount of volume and amount of I guess customer service that we do on Turo. So those are really I got a couple other expertise and stuff like that, but those are really my bread and butter right now. And I think that's what we're going to be talking about today. You guys, if you guys want to look me up, you can find me at 700pluscreditclub.com, and I go by King X Knows on IG. All I talk is credit and Turo all day long.
Yes, he definitely does. And I promise you, I've learned so much, man, from you when it comes to credit. Like, you sparked me to pay attention to, you know, my credit report differently now, because I didn't understand, like, you know, credit. Because I be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would bind everything with cash. Like I didn't want to deal with nothing. I was like, bump credit. I didn't care about credit. I went through a divorce and it hit my credit hard because I was like, I literally was on that wave of, you know, 710, 725. I was there. But then when that divorce happened, I was like, man, bump credit. I'm gonna pay cash on everything. But now understanding it, I didn't understand the percentages. I didn't understand how to spend it on the credit card and all that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there. And then I start watching you on Instagram and start hearing you tell these different things, man. It was like, dang, okay. So it opened up a lot for me. And now I understand it a whole lot better, to where now, you know, cash is king, but credit, I feel like, is better.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, and a lot of people can really kind of relate to your story because my story is similar. You know, I was married, got divorced. You know, I didn't really know what I was out here doing in the financial world and stuff like that, and I really hadn't prepared myself to ever get a divorce, right? You know, so credit wise, when you know, that divorce happened, man, like I was really kind of like financially ruined. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't get me wrong. I had my 9-to-5 job that I was working. So, you know, that was income that was coming in. But as far as credit wise, I really didn't have anything but bad debt. You know what I'm saying? That was on my credit report. And that's when I kind of like started my journey to learn and unmess myself up, because I had dug such a hole for myself, man. And then just through that journey led me to find different mentors, led me to start, slowly but surely fixing up the damage that I had did, because I left myself unprotected, like I said, wasn't expecting to get a divorce, wasn't expecting things to happen like that, but I left myself unprotected and had a lot of bad debt out there. So I had to start cleaning things up and get myself on the right track, man. So, and I think a lot of people, man, I have a lot of clients, right, that I manage their credit profiles on a monthly basis. And is usually around that common theme, right? It's around that common thing. Life happens. Nobody goes into adulthood, right, expecting for life to really happen, right? Because we don't know how it feels once it happens, because we never experienced it before. But when it does happen, we have to really adjust ourselves and make things and really kind of fix ourselves, to where we could bounce back. And that's that. I feel like that right there, man, is really the real show of adulthood, because life is gonna happen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if you do not put your big boy pants on, get back in the game, fix yourself, you just living destitute, you just be a sad individual, and nobody cares. Nobody, honestly, they do not care. What's that TikTok, man? What did they do? Everybody, we do not care. I promise you, they do not care. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna come save you. So anyway.
Right. Yeah, I people come talk to me about, starting a company or marketing and stuff like that. And they come and they have these ideas, and I'd be like, damn, that's wonderful. But I'd be like, have you proved it? They were like, well, I know everybody should, man. I'm telling you, people do not care. Like, you're gonna have to get out there and get in front of people's faces. You're gonna have to get out there, shake hands, and push to that, push your company, push your product and right way. Then but people gonna be people, man, and they don't care. And you may think you have a good thing, and that jump be like, wow. I can tell you, man, I started so much stuff, and they smacked me in the face, and it just so happened like my niche is in media. I never knew it, you know what I'm saying? But media is where it's at, and it kind of just like, it just took off, and things are like taking off for me. So yeah, man, like people like the market don't care. The market don't care. So let me ask you a quick question, man. We're going to ask you a question about you, and then we'll talk about your businesses and entrepreneurship. So I know you for a long time and whatever, and as you start to transition into having that mindset when you became an entrepreneur and wanted to create these businesses, what are two things that you had to do? You try to get your mindset in that way of thinking like, yo, I need to create a business product and be an entrepreneur. Because some people think they can be entrepreneurs, and then when they really get in it, they only see that I don't have a boss, and they don't understand your boss is your customers, and you working long hours. You may not be working 8 hours. You're going to be working 16, 17 hours, So what was that thing what are two things that kind of help that mindset get triggered and then move in that direction?
Well, I would say one thing is that most people think as far as being an entrepreneur, first of all, it's a cool thing, right? It's you to say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, but they don't realize that there's a price that you have to pay, right? There's a price that you have to pay for that entrepreneur freedom, right? There's a price that you have to pay. And so I would say that's the first thing that I had to realize, and by getting around other individuals that were entrepreneurs that were doing things that I wanted to do, I understood, man, they paid the price, you know what I'm saying, to get up there and talk and to give me mentorship and stuff like that. They put them long hours in, they put those late nights in. They probably paid, they probably doubted themselves at one point and then had to shake it off the next day and get back in the game. All of these things, like, you know what I'm saying, is what, hey, I'm not exempt. Like, I go through these things. Sometimes, I sit back and for a second, you know what I mean? I have a little bit of self-doubt, and then I have to realize that, ain't no space for that, because ain't nobody gonna come out here and save me. And I know I do not want to go back into working a 9 to 5. I know I do not want to have that type of lifestyle. So I need to continue to pay the price. And I would say, like, that is the main thing that I had to realize. And then secondly, I had to continuously feed my mind, you know what I'm saying? Positive stuff, getting around the right people, getting around the right influences, going to the right conferences, buying the right courses. I mean, all of this really goes back to paying the price, right? I
Yeah.
had to continuously do the things, right, that were sometimes uncomfortable and stuff like that. But I knew that they were going to keep me continuously on the path. As long as I stayed on that path, I was going to be successful. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but it's a lot of people's eyes, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm doing a lot. They see what I'm doing as success, and I do too. But I know that I have to keep going because there's other levels. It's levels to it that I want to be at. So, but yeah, man, I just stay. Secondly, I just stay engulfed in the game, right? Going to the conferences, getting around the right people, reading the right stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just cultivating my mindset. So that's that.
Love it, love it, love it. You guys heard that. Like, I'm going to ping on this really hard before I go ahead on and take a little quick break real quick. But he kept saying, and if you kept hearing him say that he got around the right people, he got around the right people, he
Mhm.
bought the right stuff, he was talking to the right people. And I say this all the time. The right word in the wrong season is still a wrong word. Like, it can't be, it can't be right. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it in the wrong season, or you got it at the wrong network. And so if you don't have the right networks around you, and you're not networking, and you're not investing in yourself, he spoke a whole bunch of investing in himself. Now, one time you hear him talk about, I did this for the business, I did that for, he invested in himself, and now the success has happened. And we don't want to miss that part there, to say, hey, if you're not investing in yourself, and if you're not getting around the right people, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough out here in these streets. And one thing that I know about entrepreneurship, and one thing I know about trying to get out there, it will spit you out, clean the bone, and you be like, God,
Yeah, man.
dog.
You be out here filling out job applications again. Yeah.
Right, 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 right.
You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I want to. Let me back up. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if your desire is to be an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, by giving in, you will be back to square one, and that's trying to find a job. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right, you guys, man, you listening and watching Closing Statement. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We can take a quick break real quick, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about his businesses and go from there. All right, we'll see you in just a couple seconds. We'll talk to you soon. All right, and we're back, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to us, man. We about to get into some meat on this thing. And so Robert, man, and I know I'm used to calling them marks, you know, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm trying my best, man, not to say marks, man. I know it's
Hey,
like,
it's all good, man.
yeah. So tell us about, you know what I'm saying, the credit business, and then we'll bleed into Turo. I see what you're doing with Turo. So tell us about your credit business, and then we'll go from there. To kind of like give us maybe like, let's do two tips again. Let's do two tips that you can say somebody can get started when they come to start their credit journey. I'm not gonna say build it, but start their credit journey in that way.
Well, I would say the first thing, man, is uh, leverage and utilize your credit early and often. All right. A lot of adults that I talk to that come into my program, and I'm fixing their credit and stuff like that. They wait, up into their later years. I'm talking about, early 30s and 40s, and they really haven't educated themselves on credit because they've always shied away from credit, because what they've been taught is that, cash is king, right? But they don't understand that we're in a credit-based society, and credit opens doors for you. Don't get me wrong, hand-to-hand transactions, cash is okay, but you need both. And credit is the most valuable thing out there. Literally, our government, our system, everything about this whole thing that we're in runs off of credit. So you need to start early. I'm talking about if you are an adult now, you have kids, you want to start talking to them about their credit, right? You want to start helping them build their credit. You want to talk to them about what's an authorized user, what's a trade line, what's a credit score, what makes up a credit score, what a credit report looks like, right? And what I see is a mistake of a lot of my parents, and no fault of her own. She just didn't understand because she wasn't taught. But what I see is a mistake with so much information out there in the modern day. Adults still are not teaching their kids, about credit. They just send them out there into the world, and they got to figure it out on their own. They got to figure it out why they're amongst a lot of bad information, while they're amongst their peers at college, right? Already getting into debt, because college, that's debt right there. And they don't understand what's to come of credit, because they're just living a young and free lifestyle. But I promise you, if adults were to start setting their kids up early for success, like some other communities do, I promise you, once they're 25, 30, they will be able to achieve a lot more success as far as the major purchases that everybody wants. They want to purchase a home, they want to purchase a nice car, right? Some people want to start a business. All of these things are 10 times easier if you have good credit. So I would say, just really start educating yourselves early. Use your credit often as you can, right? And just really, man, just make sure that you're utilizing your credit right. I could go into all different angles about all of that type of stuff, but we will be on this call a long time, man. But literally, just using your credit the right way, leveraging your credit often, right, is going to build out a nice credit profile for you, to where you'll be able to walk into any establishment. As long as you got the income, of course, you'll be able to walk into any establishment, get approved, whatever you want, anytime you want. And it's a nice feeling to walk through life, right? It's a nice feeling to live life without having to worry about if an emergency happens. If an emergency happens and I don't have enough money in a bank account, I'll still be able to leverage my credit to get out of a jam. You know what I'm saying? To, whether it be medical emergency, car emergency, whatever. I don't, whatever it is, right? The fact that you can leverage your name and your social security number to get out of a jam, you know what I'm saying, it's a total relief, because you walk through life much more confidently and a lot less stress, right? Credit is stress, no matter how you want to put it. Like, I could keep going on and on about this. People with bad credit just understand, and they just think it's normal, but because they haven't experienced how it feels to have good credit. You see what I'm saying? Because they've had credit all of their adult life. I mean, they had bad credit all of their adult life. So they don't know how it feels to have good credit, so they just think it's normal. But once you cross over into that credit journey, you start being able to qualify for certain things and get good credit, right? You can live in better places. You could drive a better car. Your kids could go to a better school. I mean, so many more doors open up for you, man. And that's what I got about that,
I got you. So let me ask you a question, and because sometimes people be out here, they sell the snake oil, you know what I'm saying, and what is the realistic? Let's say somebody come to you and they got four something, well,
Okay.
I don't know
It
if you
happens
go that
every
way.
day. I talk to people like that all the time.
Okay, cool. They
Mhm.
got a four something, and they're trying to have better credit. I'm saying
Mhm.
better credit.
Yeah.
What is the realistic time that they should be invested to make sure that they get that? Because some people be like, oh, in 30 days I can have you such and such and such. Like,
Mhm.
what is realistic, like,
Yeah.
time frame that they
So
should be looking
there are certain things that can be cleaned up in that time period, right? But realistically, a full credit repair, depending on how severe their credit has been damaged, right? Realistically, a full credit repair process happens anywhere from, I would say, anywhere from 5 to 9 months. Sometimes you could get clients, cleaned up earlier than that, but I would say 5 to 9 months if you're doing it legally, the correct way. Now, there are a lot of gray areas and a lot of black market things that people are doing out there. We don't do that. But if you are trying to repair your credit the correct way, right, so it's sustainable and things aren't going to come back on your credit profile, usually I would say anywhere from 5 to 9 months, or 6 to 9 months. You know what I mean? You can definitely get a person in the right position, but they got to be in the right mindset as well, right? They have to really be ready to start repairing their credit, right? And that means that they need to curtail their expenses. They need to start paying down their credit card utilization, and that's one of the major things that people that people are that's hurting people's credit scores is their utilization. They need to understand what's going on with their credit profile. They need to understand that pie chart that makes up their FICO score. They really need to engulf in it. You know what I'm saying? What you focus on grows, right? What you put your mindset on and things like that is going to start to get better, because you subconsciously you're looking at your credit report every month, and subconsciously your expenses, things that are coming out of your bank account, you're always thinking, okay, how is this going to affect my credit? Okay, how is this going to affect my credit? See, what people do is they know their credit so bad that they don't even look at it. They don't even want to face it. They don't even want to face it, right? Because it's just such a head hurter, and they don't want to face it, right? And so they just continue down the path of doing the same old things, And so you need to face the fact of where your credit is at, get a game plan together, and you could definitely get out of whatever it is that's going on with your credit, usually within 5 to 9 months. That's what I would say.
Love it. Now you said the kids, like, what is the age that kids can actually start building credit? Or is it like at 18, or they can do
Well,
like 16 when they can start work? Like,
yeah. So I mean, honestly, there's no age requirement that is on, like, so you can start building your child's credit as early as possible, right? They are, as long as what I'm saying, you have that child's social security number and things of that nature, right? You can start adding them to their credit, to your credit profile, what I'm saying, to your credit cards and things like that. You've heard of people even putting kids' names, utility bills and doing all this kind of stuff. They don't ask no age requirement. And the reason why those things like that happen, right, is because the parent has bad credit. The parent has bad credit. So now they're trying to leverage their kids' new credit profile, what I'm saying, in order to gain credibility out here in the world, and so we want to stop it to where they don't have to do those type of things, what I'm saying, and really sets parents up for success, adults up for success.
Gotcha. All right, so let's talk about Turo. Like, I'm thinking about renting my first Turo this weekend. I'm renting my first Turo. I got to go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't like driving. I'm a plane person,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna drive this time because it ain't nothing. It's no more than 3 hours. But I want to rent my first Turo. I want to have that experience. Tell us a little bit about Turo and what to expect and how you got into the game.
Well, as far as with Turo, I got into Turo because I saw an opportunity in the marketplace. Like, this was kind of like during the pandemic last year, right? And a lot of these cars were coming onto the marketplace. You had Hertz, and Enterprise. These rental car companies were going out of business, right? And then so I had always wondered about Turo and how to go in and execute that play as far as gobbling up the cars and starting to rent them out on Turo. And I just did my research. I got connected with individuals that were kind of like in that business as well. And I knew that I had the credit. See, it always goes back to credit, right? Because to be able to acquire all of the cars that I had to leverage my personal credit and my business credit, right? And because all that stuff was in position, I was primed and ready to go. So when it was time when it was go time for me to go to the banks and get the money and stuff like that, I was able to do that. But so I had researched Turo. I had kind of like, I sat on my hands for a while. I kind of watched and learned, and I YouTube. I was on YouTube doing YouTube University. I did a lot of things, what I'm saying. Then when I said, like, I'm gonna shoot my shot, what I'm saying, and bet on myself, and that's what I did, man. I went in, I want to say, in like 1 month, right? I want to say 1 month, I purchased like 5 cars, right? And
Wow.
within like a 3-week time frame, I had purchased like 5 cars, and then I went back in for another round and then purchased more cars. And I put them on the platform, man. I did everything. I followed everything, the Turo terms of service to the T, and it paid off big time for me, man. Like, my cars stay renting out. I have some, I have some pretty nice cars that are on the platform, so they stay rented out, and we're making money, man, for real.
That's what's up, man. And man, first of all, dude, I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like you when I grow up, man. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Y'all was already petty officers. I was an airman coming in.
hey,
I still see
man.
that same vein going. See, still that vein going. Man, that is amazing, though, man. I mean, you went from you got 5. How many cars do you have?
Right now I have a total of 9. Right, I
Right.
got a total of
9
9.
cars.
We're actually going. We're actually going to get ready to get rid of one of the cars today because I got a pretty nice offer on it. But yeah, I have a total of 9 cars. And not all of the cars I rent out on Turo. Some of the cars, when I get clients on Turo, I let them
Mhm.
know, okay, the other cars that I have, you know what I'm saying? And I rent some of those cars out privately as well, right? So,
Mm.
you see me post a lot about my cars as far as, my Mustangs, my Jeep Wranglers, you know what I'm saying? Things of
Yeah.
that nature, on the app. But, as far as, I have other higher end cars that I rent out privately that I guess I'm just not quite as comfortable placing them on the app, right? Because I
Right.
know I can garner a lot more privately as far as money wise.
Hey, that's smart play. And looking at the opportunity and then expanding that opportunity, out,
Hmm.
get that leg, going out, what I'm saying. And so yeah, man, as we continue, as we about to land this plane, man, I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead on and, drop some knowledge in people's ears, man, to help them because closing statements at the end of every interview
Hmm.
is, I give every guest an opportunity to make a closing statement, what I'm saying, about what they talked about today and all that good stuff, but actually really talk to the viewer. And so, what I'm saying, you got 2 minutes to rock your thing. You can go over 2 minutes. I just say 2 minutes. That's like kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
standard.
hear
But man, this is your opportunity, man, and I'm gonna come in, man, and I'm gonna close this thing out and give you a commercial break and all that good stuff. And then at the end of your you giving us your closing statement, make sure you let us know how we can get in contact with you, how we can connect with you, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, to your audience, I see you have a lot of different type of guests on here, that are in all types of different industries, man. But first of all, I want to say, man, y'all really, if this is your first time seeing me, it's your first time seeing, Lawrence, man, y'all need to really tap into this brother, man, because I watch you. I sit back, I see you doing your thing, man. You motivating people and doing the right stuff, and this is the type of people that you want to have in your network. Somebody like Lawrence, man, that got their mind together, they got the mindset together, and they're out there actually putting in the work. Um, as for myself, like I'm a credit nerd. I'm a credit geek. This is what I do. This is what I do all day long, right? So I talk about credit. Like I said, I have close to 200 plus clients. You know what I'm saying, that I manage their credit profiles, and I want you guys. If I could leave you guys with anything today, I would like to say that, like, if you are not if you're not putting in the if you're passively thinking about your credit only when you need your credit, you're messing up. Okay, the time to be thinking about your credit is when you don't need your credit, when you don't need to leverage your credit. You need to always be strategically plotting, how can I improve my credit? What accounts can I add to my credit report to help me boost my credit? What can I do here this month, right now, you know what I'm saying, to boost my credit score? These are all the things that you need to be thinking about, because I promise you, till the day you leave this earth, right, credit is always going to be a factor. Credit will always be a factor. You know what I'm saying? In every decision making, I'm talking about from employment to where you live, you know what I'm saying, to the quality of life that you have, credit is going to be a factor. So if I could leave your audience with anything, man, if credit has been something that's been on the back burner for you, or there's things that you need to fix on your credit profile, definitely reach out to me. You can find me at 700 Plus Credit Club. That's 700 PLUSCREDIT or you could tap into me. This is where I'm always on Instagram. I'm always giving out free game on Instagram. So I'm King X Knows, KING, the letter X, KNOWS. All right. And you can follow me on there. I got tons of free content, deep diving more into about what I'm talking about today, different aspects of credit, how to understand your credit, how to find errors in your credit report, all of that good stuff. So there's a wealth of information there on my Instagram, King X Knows, on the IG. And I look forward to connecting with you guys if you guys need any of my services or my help.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming out and talking to the audience, man. Like I said, I'm a fan. I'm like literally following you. I learned so much from your Instagram and all that good stuff, man. And so you guys, man, you know how I do. I do a commercial break. This commercial break brought to you by the law, man. Make sure you go follow my boy, follow my homie, follow the Credit King. I'm just gonna give him titles that I just want to give him
Man,
titles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He called himself the credit nerd, man. You need to coin that or something. You need to
hey, I
create
don't
something.
know, man.
You know what I'm saying? But make sure you guys go follow him. And I got two words for you. If you don't follow him, you wrong. And so make sure you do that, man. And so you guys, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching Closing Statement. I do not take it for granted that you gave me your time and actually listen to this, man. Hit the replay, rewind, listen to it. If you want to go to a deeper dive, I know we gave you more surface thing to wet your palate. Make sure you contact him. Get in contact with him. You guys will see me share the stuff on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on YouTube. And so be ready for that, you guys, man. So I'm going to get out of here, man. Robin, thank you. Hold on as you go back to the green room. Don't disappear on me. And we're going to talk a little bit after this. But you guys be amazing, be awesome. And I'm going to sign out like I always do. We may not be the solution, but we will be the antidote. Love you guys. Peace.